Hey guys, Philipp Schaedler here, and this is my March real estate report. Obviously, on Instagram, I cannot share my screen. You would have to hop over to my YouTube channel or LinkedIn. But I want to talk about a few things today. So let me just share my screen with you here. Let's see here. So one of the things I want to talk about is the buyer's mistake. Buyer's risky mindset right now. There's two different mindsets the buyer has, and also the seller has some mindsets right now. Obviously, interest rates are fairly high. A lot of buyers are pulling back. Market is slowed down quite a bit. There are some pockets that have increased. In Florida, for example, is doing great. So let me just show you really quick if I can share that screen with you. So give me a second here, current facts. So here, for example, the Bay Area housing market has lost more value in percentage terms than anywhere else in the country amid sluggish demand. Florida continues to see large gains. So a lot of people are apparently moving to Florida. Obviously, there's no state income tax, so people save a lot of money because of that. And other reasons, maybe political reasons. However, it's interesting how how certain areas are doing really well and other ones have slight, I guess, decline in values, maybe 5 to 8% overall, I would say. Let's look quickly at, let me just see real quick here, share this screen. Let's look at current pending listings. So current pending listings are 319,000 under contract right now. They haven't sold yet. And again, this is not townhouses and condominiums. This is only single family residences. However, it is 319,000 under contract, which is really not that much. Last year was 404, so it was a little bit more. Let's look at another thing here, another screen, which is new listings. New listings are fewer. So there are 60,000 new listings. Last year, this time was about 73,000, so definitely more. So it has decreased. There's 18% fewer listings than last year. And part of it is probably the sellers, might get beaten up by the buyer. I want this, I want that, I want that. And the seller, unless they absolutely have to sell, they won't sell, because they don't have to, unless it's a job transfer, going out of state, moving out of the country, or a job transfer. That's the only time people really want or are going to sell right now, list their homes right now. And let's look at another screen here real quick, the current inventory. The current inventory is in a decline from last week, 1.5% decline. So it is less. We only have 429,757 units on the market, which again, I think I mentioned this before, over here on the left side, 1.2, 1.4 million units on the market would be great. That would balance out the market. The prices would probably come down most likely. But to expect prices to come down right now, and this is what we're going to talk about in a second here. I have one more screen to share with you. And this screen was the median prices right now. The median home prices are year over year is at $420,320. That's the median price. So it is, a little bit up from $399 year over year. However, one of the things I want to talk about here, and I want to share this screen with you, is buyers, I guess, mistakes or mindset that could be disadvantageous. One of the things is let's wait until the prices come down. The recent data and studies suggest that a sharp drop in home prices is very unlikely. And this is, again, because of low inventory. So it's very unlikely the price is going to drop much. They might come down a little bit, but not much. The low inventory, which has been ruling the price stability, is still the main reason stabilizing the market. Fewer houses are selling, and they're taking a bit longer to sell. So on average, I would say it's about, I think I saw on the report, about 54 days is kind of average now. Another risky mindset for buyers is let's wait until the mortgage rates drop. So sometimes, here's the thing, when the prices drop or the mortgage rates drop, guess what? Buyers will come out and the competition will increase sharply and create possibly bidding wars again. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's really difficult to time the market. But whenever rates or prices come down, buyer competition increases sharply, creating bidding wars again. Current times would suggest that a great mortgage lender is the key to getting a great mortgage rate, which is really important right now to work with a great mortgage lender. You also might consider, if you're in a position to have a higher down payment, that will lower your monthly payments as well. So if you are able to access some extra cash to put down, that will drastically bring your bring your monthly payments to where it would have been if you financed 3 or 4%, or possibly even a percentage of point buy down where you pay in order to get your prices down. Another option would be an ARM, an adjustable rate mortgage, which you can be locked in for 5 or 7 years and then refinance afterwards. That's a possibility. You would have to kind of do the numbers, run the numbers, talk to your accountant, and see if it all makes sense. Now, what about sellers? Sellers also in a risky mindset. If sellers still believe they're getting multiple offers right now, it's really not the case, because as you can see here, a recent real estate agent survey by Zillow revealed that 80% of agents stated that their clients believe they will get multiple offers, and they don't. And this is dangerous mindset, because that potentially will cause you to overprice your property as a seller and have no showings and have possibly turn into an expired listing, which is really not what you want. The seller risky mindset number 2 is, I will not have to cut my price. Again, if the seller goes in and asks for too much upfront, it's going to be very difficult, because pricing is the most important step in selling a home successfully with the least amount of stress. Overpricing means no showing, no offers, overall no interest, especially in this current environment. Buyers more than ever will do their homework, even more so now. They always usually are frugal and do their homework and compare properties in the neighborhoods that they're looking for. If they see that your property is overpriced, they won't even look at it. They put it off the list, and your property gets no views and no action. And this is probably more important than ever, to be guided by a good mortgage professional and also by a real estate agent, because this will give you the correct advice in the current market to sell your home fairly quick and for the price that it's priced at. Typically, a real estate agent will give you a range between high and low, and somewhere in the middle or even on the lower side is usually better, because if you appear to be the best house, which also indicates that you would have to make sure your house is a 10. So from 1 to 10, usually I ask clients, where is your house at from 1 to 10? 10 being the best. If it's an 8 or 9, it may need some landscaping. It may need some paint job or whatever, something minor. But really, you want to make sure that your house is a 10. It's the best house in the block, in the area, and aggressively or competitively priced. It will sell. There is no doubt about it. Every house will sell for the right price. Again, there's less buyers out there, so there's not going to be that rush to get a house, but you still do the right homework and work with the right agent. You will get your house sold at a fair market price. Remember, the real estate agent is not ruling the market price or the real estate price. It is the market that dictates the price. Anyway, if you have any questions about buying your first property, or also to get a property and maybe hammer out a plan, don't hesitate to call us at 310-918-2260. And in the meantime, I think we went through all the property reports, yep, current facts, yes. And in the meantime, you can also go to schaedlerrealtor.com, my website, and under pre-approval, there should be a link down below that gives you all the different state down payment assistance programs. And sometimes you'd be surprised. You put in your income and your area, and sometimes 5, 10, 20, or even I've seen 28 different state down payment assistance programs are available. And sometimes with Cal HUD, for example, they have, I think it's called an equitable down payment assistance, where they pay you 10% of your down payment. And if you live in a property for more than 5 years, you never have to pay it back. And this is great, because think about it. If you have the 10% from the state and you have yourself saved up 10%, now you have 20%, or maybe you have saved up 20%. Now you can put down 30%. So now you can get your monthly payments lower. This is one creative way to do it. Another way, of course, is if you either buy a smaller property and work your way up over the years, or co-own a house with several other people. For younger people, this is also an option to get into real estate and get out of the rental market, because rents will always go up, unfortunately. Anyway, any more questions, please call me at 310-918-2260, and I'll be glad to talk to you and hammer out a plan for your future real estate needs. Thank you so much.